This is Severe MMA, and we caught up with you, Mike Grundy, just before, a few weeks before your fight out in Japan on Shooto against Sato, their champion, and we caught up with you now. That's a big win overseas. Tell us about the fight, a 3-round war.
Yeah, he went 3 rounds. He was a tough fighter. He was a little better on the cage than I thought he would have been, to be honest. He caught me with a couple of knees that got me to the body, but it was a grind. But I won every single round. The last round was a 10-8. I'm happy with the win. Considering the circumstances, getting out there on the Thursday, making weight and weighing in on a Saturday and then fighting Sunday. So it was quite a quick turnaround, to be honest. Considering the circumstances, I'm happy with the win. Winning a 2-weight world champion's all good, isn't it?
Yeah. Now that's the thing I got to ask. This guy was the champ, and I know. Pride, Risen, they always kind of had. Sometimes they're champ at fight, but not for the title. And well, surely you've just declared I'm here for the title shot now.
Yeah, I mean I did watch the fight back on UFC Fight Pass, and the commentators was talking about it and how it works and stuff. But I was just going out there and fighting, and I didn't really think about the belt or anything too much. But I knew he was a 2-weight world champion, and we just had to go out there and get the win. And I suppose it'd be nice to maybe go back and get the belt one day, but we'll see what happens.
And that's the question. Like, what's next for Mike? You've got something lined up or anything you can talk about yet, or are you just going to wait to see what offers come in? Because this was a big win on a global stage, not a UK win. This was a win in a much bigger promotion.
Yeah, well, Shooto's obviously a massive organisation. A lot of UFC stars have fought on Shooto and been champions. So, for me to go and win the world champion is pretty special, really. I think. And convincingly win as well. I didn't win a round, so it was good to have that. What's next? I mean, just have to wait and see, I suppose. And I'm staying fit. I'm back in the gym already.
I'm looking at just a little nick over the eye. Other than that, are you staying kind of close to weight with UFC London? A silly question, I suppose, but with UFC London 17th of March. People have pulled out before, last minute. Is that something you're keeping in?
UFC London would be nice, and the nick is actually not from the fight, to be honest. The nick is actually from training last week with Darren Till. So that's not from the fight. I didn't take really much damage from the fight. So, I'm back. Like I say, I was back training 4 days off, and I was back training. And
again, you always stay ready. Is March 17th? Is that close enough that you? Or is it, what I mean? Is that a fight worth taking?
Oh, 100%. If UFC offered me a fight in London, then I'd take it 100%. I'm sure my coach would, so it's something we'd speak about, but I'd love to.
So while we're waiting for Mike Grundy's next fight, what are you doing? You've got, we've just seen one of your teammates, or one of the guys you sort of wrestling coach for, Mohamed Makiev, put in an incredible performance. Darren Till is UFC already. He's, what's next for you this year? Is it just wait and see what fights are offered? How can you be so patient?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just what kind of guy I am, I suppose. I'm relaxed and quite laid back, but my coach does deal with everything, and I trust him 100%. And everything's come into place so far. So why would it not in the future? So I've just got to kind of leave it in his hands.
You have absolute faith that the road is taking you to there, though, and there's no rush.
I'd say so, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's been quite a bit of a profile change. Fighting on Shooto and on UFC Fight Pass was a bit of a profile change, which was nice. I got a lot of support for that.
Nice main event, title slot as well. It's Sato versus Grundy.
Exactly, which was nice. It was good to see, and I think I come back and a couple of my friends sent me. I think it was like they was promoting Shooto on UFC, on one of the UFCs, and it was nice to see Saito versus Grundy. We're mixing with all the stars, really. So, and that's where I want to be. So it's nice.
I spoke to you before. We've said that you probably considered kind of a dark horse in the weight class, because the name, you don't throw your name out there on social media. You're not talking crap about people. But this performance must have consolidated in your mind that you're easy in the top. In the upper echelon in the division in the UK and Europe.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there looking to hunt me down now after that fight, but whatever comes, I'll take, and I don't mind.
Right, it was a great performance. We watched it, as you said, the third round in particular. It just seemed that you had a little more in the gas tank, that you were a little hungrier for the win. Is that what it felt like in there? Because as you say, in the first round or two, he did land a couple of knees to the body. But again, in that third, it was almost like you'd come out in the first. You were fit, ready to go. What was the difference, do you think?
I mean, obviously the wrestling kind of dominated it really, but yeah, the second was he did catch me a couple of knees in the second, first and second, but obviously I knew I'd not really lost any rounds. But you know, I went out there to win, and we're in Japan, and he's the champion, and if it could go either way, I suppose. I mean, if you're in Japan and there's a possible that they could give him the decision.
Yeah.
So we didn't want that. So, you know, like I said, I was hungry for that third round. I was hungry to win. So I went out and I dominated the third round. I got the takedown and I landed some nice ground and pound. So that's what I wanted, 10-8 round.
You know, I hate to say this on behalf of, you know, somebody who may lose the spot, but I'm kind of hoping a 145 or 155 there gets an injury a few weeks out, so we get to see you compete on that on the stage that we know you belong at now.
Yeah, me too. I hope so. That's where I want to be, and that's where I will be. You know, I will be there, but let's hope it's sooner rather than later.
Mike, always a pleasure. Congratulations on silly biggest win of your career. Is that an understatement?
No, I'd say it's the biggest win of my career. You know, it's been nice fighting on Bama and places like that, but to go to Shooto in Japan and beat the world champion in their back garden, then that's nice, isn't it? You know, it's a good win.
Doesn't get much better. Mike, congratulations. Thank you so much for your time, sir. We look forward to seeing you fight again.